think I'm going live. Hi friends. Hi, Lindsay here for Swing Design. I think I'm live. Let me just double check. If you can hear me, then go ahead and say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. And I'm just gonna check here. Yes, we are live. Wonderful. Hi friends, Lindsay for Swing Design. And today we're doing a fun project with the ScanNCut SDX125 model, which I've linked to in the description. And you may also notice that we have some new Brother ScanNCut machines too, the SDX85. And I will be doing an unboxing video for the SDX85 very, very soon. But what we can do with the 125 model, you can do with the 85 too. So, oh, hi, April. April's in West Virginia. Hi, wonderful. Thanks so much for watching. We're doing a little vinyl project on a little ornament. So I thought this would be fun, and I'll show you how to use the half cut feature. So I see a lot of people using their ScanNCut for like fabric and paper, but you can totally use vinyl too, like vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, stencil material, sticker paper, anything that has like a backing to it where you don't actually want to cut through the backing. There's the half cut feature. And the machine is so smart, it uses its auto blade technology to sense how deep is halfway and not cut through the backing. So it's really cool. I'm gonna stop talking and just flip the camera down so we can start on the project. So here is my workspace here. And let me know if I'm loud enough too. Okay, so this is the SDX 125, and I have so it's a little hard to see the screen, so I'm going to do my best here, but I already have the design pulled up on the machine itself. So I actually transferred it from my computer over to that machine, and let's go ahead and open up this. I like to keep my stylus here because otherwise I will totally lose it. But there's also storage in the bottom as well. So for like the pen holder, there's a little accessory bag. You can keep all that stuff down there. Okay, and then I already have the auto blade loaded in. So this is so cool because I don't have to really do any settings at all. I just press cut and it knows how to do it. I think it's awesome and it's super easy. Just push it down and push down this lever to lock it in place. And so I'm using some white adhesive vinyl, craft vinyl. So I'm gonna go ahead and just actually cut off a little bit, because I'm going to push this up and back. Now there are options to actually cut straight from the roll, and that's an additional feature. But I'm going to be cutting with a cutting mat, so I need to cut some of this vinyl. Oops. I don't need anything that big, and I want to save as much as possible. All right, so there we go. That is pretty good. And then I need to load it onto my mat. So the SDX mats will have an arrow on one side, because some of the other Brother mats you could load in from either side. But these ones, you can only load in from one side. Ooh, lovely sound there. Just taking off the protective coating for that. And then I'm gonna put this piece of vinyl on the mat with the vinyl side facing up. If you're using HTV, you'd want to reverse that, and you would want to put the smooth side down. Well, I guess that's the carrier sheet. Okay, well, we're just talking about adhesive vinyl today. All right, so I have that on here, and then to load the machine, it's super easy. There we go. You just line it up with these guards here, and then you just press this load mat button, and I kind of hold it with my hand a little bit so that it feeds nicely. Okay, so that is loaded in. If for some reason it didn't load correctly, maybe for some reason it was crooked or something, the machine will tell you, will let you know and tell you to reload it. Okay, so I am going to move this just right there, and I can use this stylus, or you can use your finger. And what I want to do is I want to cut this. However, when I go to the cut menu, I'm sorry this is hard to see. It's hard to film a screen, but there's a start button here, but there's also these options that say, what the pressure is, the speed, and then it also says half cut off. And so for vinyl, I want to change that. So I'm going to click this little wrench icon, and then I can use the arrows down here to go to half cut, and I'm going to tap that to on, click OK. It's going to take me back to the cutting screen. Now half cut is on, and if I wanted to do a test cut, I can do that. Let's actually maybe do a test. It's going to put this teeny tiny little triangle here that I actually want to drag over to maybe right into the corner, so that I can just do a test cut. So it's sensing the material, and this is just the test cut. So what I'm looking for is, I'm actually going to unload this and take a weeding tool, and I am just going to test to see whether or not this comes up. And it does, it totally does. Look at that, lovely, lovely. And then the backing is still intact. So I'll actually pull up the material so you can see that it cut through the vinyl, but not the backing on the other side. So that is perfect. So that test cut can save you a lot of material by just taking those few extra steps. I'm going to load this back in, and now I can go ahead and actually cut out the there's the option to test again or start, and I want to start. So now it's going to actually cut out the design that I had already loaded in here. I do have that design linked in the description as well if you want to check that out. We're going to be putting this vinyl on this black ornament. It's like a chalkboard type of feel. I think I just got this at the craft store. Another thing that we'll be using is some transfer paper. So I will need to actually cut off a little bit of that. I'm going to move the microphone a little bit because this machine is so quiet. I love it. There's also a little counter on here, or timer, tells me how much I have left. And of course, if you have any questions, let me go ahead and refresh my screen here. Please let me know. We are using the Brother ScanNCut SDX125. We also have some of the SDX85 models for the ScanNCut. And you can do the same thing with that machine as well. So I will be posting an unboxing video for that very, very shortly. All right, and I'm actually just gonna cut this with scissors. All right, so I have my piece of transfer tape. So I'll put that off to the side. And sometimes what I like to do is, with any surface before I put vinyl on it, is I will just wipe it down with some isopropyl alcohol. That will remove like any oils from my fingers or any other. Ooh, it's kind of taken off the I should have tested that before I used it. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. Plus there's the other side. Whoopsie. Okay, so next time, yeah, definitely test a little area. Oh yeah, it'll be fine. There we go. Okay, so we're almost done here. And then all we'll need to do is just weed out the excess vinyl. So I know it's hard to see, even I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing where that was cut. But what I'm gonna do is, before I even unload the mat, I'm going to take my weeding tool, which I just use a little sewing needle, but you know, there's tools like these weeding hooks that you can use as well. I am going to just pull up a little section to see how it cut. And looks like it came up there pretty good. So I think if it didn't, I think this might be okay. What you're looking for is just that you're not going to have problems weeding it. There we go. You know what? I think this might work. So what I'm going to do is, unload this and just put it off to the side for a second here while I weed this design. And actually, my piece of vinyl is, oops, the mat is really sticky, so just be careful. If you've got a brand new mat, you don't want to rip too much of that backing off. I'm actually going to cut around the design. So I could save this piece. Okay. Okay, so I actually like to weed out all the inner parts of the letters first. That's just kind of my little process. I also think maybe it's easier to take them out when I think it's easier to take out the little inner pieces when there's still the rest of the vinyl in it. All right, so I'm gonna try and do this as quick as I can here. I know this is not the most exciting, but I will burn through this. There we go. And then after weeding, what we'll do is take the transfer paper and transfer it onto our ornament. All right, so sometimes what I'll like to do is then cut to the edge. So then I'm now working with just one piece, and I can then go ahead and pull it back like that. And then excess I like to cut off. I always like I always thought it was really cool that I could pull it all up in one piece, but I definitely had more issues that way. So as cool as it is, it's just, I think, better if I just cut off the excess as I work. And I am using the ScanNCut 125E, or SDX, I should say. Okay, I'm going to cut that little piece off. Okay, so it's a weeding like not as nicely as I thought it would. So this is an old blade too. I probably should have used a new blade. So I've been using this with paper a lot. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna take this off, and I'm actually gonna cut it again. So even though we did the test cut, I still should have changed my blade, because paper will definitely dull your blade faster than using vinyl. Okay, so let's go ahead and change out the blade, which is super easy to do. So I've got this stuck down. I'm going to load this in. And I've got a new blade, so I'm just going to take out this one, put this one in, and then the design is still up here. It'll still ask me what I want to do with it, and then the half cut feature is still on. It's still highlighted there, so I am just going to click start, and then that is going to do its thing. All right, so I love how quiet the machine is. And these auto blades are interchangeable between the SDX machines, so I can use the auto blade in the 125. I could also use it in the 85. So you know, you can switch them out. And this one maybe I'll put right here, or I'll make like a little mark on the back, so I know that this one's for paper. Just take a Sharpie and write a little P on the back. So I will know that this blade I'm going to use with my paper projects, and then maybe I'll write a V on that one so that I know I can use this one with vinyl. Alright, and then I always like to put my stylus there because otherwise if I put it on my desk, it's just going to disappear. I don't know how that seems to happen, but it does. Okay, so the timer or the countdown says we have about 2 minutes left. I already have my transfer tape and then my ornament that I'm using. Ready to go. And then we can start with our project. I have the design, once I weed it out, you'll be able to, see it all, but I have it linked in the description too. So if you like it, then you can check it out as well. So we're down to 1 minute here. It's such a quiet machine. I love that about this. I mean, of course, we have to mention that it's a scanner as well. The ScanNCut, yes, you can use as a standalone scanner if you need to scan anything. But then you can also scan any maybe pattern papers or any stamped images that you've done. And then using the touch screen here, you can tell the machine how you want those images cut out, maybe with a little white border around it or right up to the edge. So that is really cool too. Okay, so again, I'm going to do this test weeding, and this should be a lot easier. Yeah. Oh, much easier. See, that's all I needed to do. All right. Is that I was just using a blade that was a little too well loved. And again, this piece of vinyl is a little too big. So I'm going to cut it down. So now I have my 2 blades labeled. I've got P labeled on one of them, so I know I'll use that one with the paper. And then the other one I'll write a V on it. So I'll use that with vinyl. Oh yes. World of difference, I swear. So much easier. Now, you can also play around with the cut settings on the machine as well. So you don't always have to use the auto cut feature. So if I wanted to, I could specify exactly the the pressure and the speed that I want it to cut. There we go. All right, I still like to cut off the excess. There, so much easier. And then I can just peel this part off. These little ornaments, I got the chalkboard ones. I got these at the craft store. I thought they were pretty cool. So the white vinyl I think looks really striking against you know, the black chalkboard. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna cut that little extra piece off. There we go. All right. Thanks for hanging in there with me, guys. This is truly a labor of love. So I think maybe next time with the half cut, I will, you know, I can always play around with the settings and find out, you know, which, you know, maybe want to cut it a little bit deeper. Just want to avoid cutting through the backing. That's what that half cut is there for. So it cuts just through the material and not through the backing of it, because we want that intact. Oops. So that we can transfer the design as one piece onto our surface. And if it came out all into little pieces, it would be much more difficult to do that. Plus, I am working with a pretty small design too. This only measures about 3 inches wide, maybe like 2.5 inches tall. So, you know, we're talking a small, intricate design here. Obviously, if this was a lot bigger, you know, this would go a little bit faster. There we go. Okay. And then this part of the design is much bigger, so there we go. Yeah, those tiny parts of the text definitely give you a little bit more finesse, or, you know, require a little bit more finesse. But there it is. Little funny Christmas saying there. Nice till proven naughty. So I'm going to transfer that on to this ornament here. So I've got the transfer tape, which I'm going to peel off its backing, and get my scraper. And then apply that there, and then use my scraper to really burnish it down really well. I'm going to pull it back up. I also like to burnish on the back. And then I've always had really good results with, oh, you know what? Actually, this pulls up really nicely. If the transfer tape is pulling up the vinyl really nicely. If you find that it's not, what you can do is you can actually peel off the backing from the vinyl, and that can help too. All right, so then let's go ahead and I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. And I like to put the center down first, and then work the vinyl out like that. Sometimes it can help too to cut into the design so that you can not cut the design, but cut the transfer tape so that you've got a little bit of wiggle room as far as, there we go, as how you can maneuver the transfer tape as when it's, you know, separated by the cuts in there. You get a little bit more maneuverability. There we go. So I'm going to burnish this really well, and then I'm going to peel off the transfer tape. Nice till proven naughty. And then I think what I want to do is I want to put a little bow at the top. Maybe I'll just tie it around here. This is, you know what, that is probably a good amount there. I can also add, I like to add some twine to be able to hold this. There we go. And then I'm going to trim the ends of that. And then I think what I'll do is I'll tie the bow around the base here. So let's just get it started. With a knot. There we go. Okay. Then I can tie the bow like this. There we go. Alrighty. That should be pretty good. Maybe I want that a little bit smaller. Yeah, maybe a little bit smaller. Actually kind of like it. There we go. And then I can cut the rest to that side to match. There you go. Nice till proven naughty. So that is the half cut feature with the ScanNCut SDX, just in a white vinyl. And that's all I had for today. So I'm going to go ahead and move the camera back so I can just say bye. Thanks so much for watching. I think this turned out pretty darn cute. You know, if you like the design, I have that linked in the description. Also, links for adhesive vinyl. You can cut HTV, stencil material, sticker paper with the half cut feature as well. So it doesn't cut all the way through the backing. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And if you want to check out the Brother ScanNCut DX models, I have that linked in the description as well, the 125 and the 85. So thank you so much and have a great day. Bye, friends.